Smells gross. Oh, wow, that smells gross. Oh, man. Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back to another video with a guy and his projects. Although this ain't my project. This is a buddy's of mine. It is a 2020 Dodge Ram, 2500 Tradesman, 6.7 liter Cummins, and we are replacing the crankcase filter today. He brought this truck over. Crankcase filter is a preventative maintenance item based on these trucks. Ram wants them changed out based off of mileage, not necessarily based off of condition. So from the way I understand it is these trucks from, I don't remember when the 6.7 came out, but from when the time it came out in like 07 or whatever it was, all the way up till about 2019, I think, or 2018, Ram wanted these filters changed out every 67,500 miles, which is why you hear the 67.5 service all the time. Pre-2019, they also wanted the EGR valve cleaned out. 2019 and beyond, to my knowledge, you do not do the EGR service according to Ram because it is non-serviceable. From what I understand, limited knowledge, not a mechanic here, just a guy that likes to play around. But the reminder came on to get this crankcase filter done, so he asked me if I could do it, and of course we can. We are going to replace the crankcase filter on this 6.7 liter diesel Cummins. Looks like a pretty easy job. We have the new filter. We're using a Dorman 904-418. I will link this in the Amazon description below. I do make a slight commission when you click on the link and then buy stuff. So grab one of these up if you're going to do the service. We're going to put it in there and see what we can do. It looks pretty easy. It's very accessible. If you don't have a grill guard, you can actually even reach. We have a grill guard here, so you know, we're going to do some leaning. All we're going to do, pull the dipstick, pull the oil cap. We'll wait till we're ready to pull that so we don't get any dirt in there. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts to get this cover off, and then we got to take this cover off, which has several bolts going around. You're gonna have to pull a couple harnesses off, and then we'll just pop that off, pop the filter off, put the new filter in, put it all back together. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, hopefully. You know how that goes. So we're going to get started on that. Remember, I am not a mechanic. I'm not certified. I'm not nothing. I am just a guy that goofs around in his garage rebuilding cars and stuff like that. I've had great success with that, but take that as you will. Follow along at your own risk. So I'm gonna get started. I'm in the process of reorganizing my toolboxes, and I am actually finding all of the sockets that I'm missing, as in not finding the missing sockets, but finding what sockets I'm missing. My 3/8 drive standards are fairly lacking here, but we're going to use a metric, I believe 8mm, and then we are going to use a 1/4 inch drive. We might need an extension or two, and yes, I know not all this makes sense for where I'm storing it, but that's my problem, not yours. Right. I'm going to be leaning over here, and I'm going to hope that I don't slide off this ladder. I got a little magnetic tray right here just to hold the screws in. We're going to grab 8mm number uno, 8mm number dos, 8mm number tres. Uh-oh. Oh, there it goes. And 8mm number cuatro. That one's already broken loose. Don't really want to drop this down the engine bay, so try not to lose her. Alright, we're going to pull the engine oil dipstick. And we're going to put this somewhere safe. As in, not dirty. Alright, with that out, this should just kind of slide right on out. Just like so. Alright, so now that cover's off. Keep in mind this is off, don't get it dirty. Now we're going to pull, looks like 2, 4, 6, I'm guessing 8 more of those bolts out. Before I do that, I'm going to pull these connections off because might as well do it now while it's now. Not that that makes sense. I'm going to attempt to use one of these bad boys I use for the plastic clips. Hold your car together everywhere, because we in America Well, actually, we everywhere across the world have decided that that's the best option we have to hold our cars together is plastic clips. Oh, get this one in the back here, maybe. Oh, she don't want to. I can't reach. There it goes. Alright, so that wire is free, and we can access all of the nuts and the bolts. Just gonna kind of shove that back here. So now I'm gonna grab my 8mm, and I'm gonna get these back ones first. They look pretty easily accessible. Of course, it's not straight on. Golly. Let's see if we can do it without the extension here. Please let me in there. Are you serious? Alright, apparently you need a little wobbler. Alright, so I grabbed a little wobble attachment, because of course you need one. Why would you be able to get back in there without one? That would be reasonable and prudent. Oh, you know what? I might still not be able to get in there. What? Alright, so I got a 5/16 flex head wrench. I think that's just going to make life a little faster here. Oh yeah. There's that stud. And we got another stud on this side. We're just going to go ahead and use the flex head again. There's stud number 2. Now we can just get 1, 2, 3 on each side of those, and we'll be almost there. Alright, I don't know if these are the same size as the other ones we pulled out. They are, so you don't even have to pay attention to which bolts came out from where. You just need to know the 2 studs there and then 1 stud here. Of course, a little impact driver would be a little faster. I just don't really want to drop these and have to go fishing for them, although there's no valley on this inline, so you wouldn't really have to fish too much. Okay. Ugh. Oh, yeah, now you gotta take this off. I'm like, why won't it come up? Take your oil cap off. Ooh, that's gross. And there's some real grossness in there. But we peel that up for your visual. And I just heard a semi and I'm waiting on the tire balancer, so let me go see if that's here. Nope, not the wheel balancer. Alright, so we're going to pull this out and make sure it looks at least similar before we pull that one completely off. And I would say so. So this is a fleet guard. I'm going to guess that this has actually been replaced before, because I bet you Cummins ain't using fleet guard. But I could be wrong. So why he's getting this triggered, I don't know. But we're going to go ahead and replace it anyway. So before we get too carried away, just some knowledge. I have what I call a sacrificial bottle of oil. This is one that I dip my finger into and I lube O-rings with it. I call it sacrificial because I'm never going to put it in an engine. You can't see all that white media in there and all that stuff. That is essentially just a filter. So now we're going to try and pry this up without getting dirt everywhere. Oh, like that. I'm going to pull this out. That's definitely black. Horribly black. Smells gross. Oh wow, that smells gross. Oh man. Don't breathe in too deep. Okay. So this is gonna go. Holy crap, that smells gross. We're gonna grab our phone call. Hold on. So super cool. That is the new tire machine. Now I just gotta wait for the balancer to show up, hopefully later today. Anyway, back to this. We're gonna coat these O-rings here in a little bit. Woo, we just splattered. Coat these guys up. There we go. And we're gonna put this guy down in here. Press her down, make sure she's seated, just like so. Grab a little more oil on your finger from your sacrificial jug. And we're gonna coat that O-ring as well. I'm gonna wipe our finger off so we don't get mud. And this thing's gonna come back around. Set right in place. Just like so, easy peasy. We're gonna put this stud in first because I don't wanna forget that it goes here. So I'm going to get these threaded but not tightened. I'm just going to thread them in so we know everything's lined up. Oh, at this point you can put your oil cap back on before you get any dirt in there. Dirt is bad, remember that, no dirt. That actually sucked that lid down, so I'm going to loosen that so it's not putting pressure on the lid so that when we torque it down, it can be torqued down properly. Okay, so now that they're all kind of threaded, I'm going to seat them, just screw them down until they're seated on the cap, and then I'm going to stop and move on to the next one. I'm also going to do that. I'm going to start with these front middle two, back middle two, and then I'll probably go up here to the front and the back. However you want to do that is up to you. That's the method I'm going to use right now. Again, just seating it on so there's even pressure on everything. Alright, I got my torque wrench set at 85 inch-pounds. I'm going to start with this guy right here. Not because 85 is correct, but because 85 is what I decided feels good. Right there. Yep, I like that feeling. Right there. I'm going to move back, do this one across ways. Right there. Right there. I'm going to come up to the front. I'm going to do these two. Right there. Now we're going to grab our wibble wobble and we're going to try and get into the back there. There it goes. And go ahead and put this connector back in place. You can put your harness back on these studs. Get it back to as factory looking as possible here. This slides over the dipstick tube. And you can find its resting place. You'll know where its resting place is because your 8mm bolts will thread in. Oh, brilliance, man. 85 inch-pounds again, because that's what feels good to me. Right there. Right there. Right there. Okay, don't forget to tighten this guy down. Boop, boop. We're going to put our dipstick back in, wiping it off as it goes if you got it dirty. Oh yeah! Yeah! Check this out. We did get the tire machine and the tire balancer. I got to figure out how and where all this is going to sit, but for now, pretty cool. Anyway, using this new camera, and there's a few corrupted files. I have filmed about 4 videos so far with this camera before plugging it into the computer to see what happens. And every single one of those videos I have filmed has a little corrupted data on it, which is disappointing. The good news is this video, it's just pretty much the reset procedure and outro. The next couple videos I don't know about yet, but I apologize in advance for the next couple videos if they have missing footage. It is what it is. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, to finish up this 2020 6.7 liter Cummins crankcase filter video, there is a reset procedure you go through. So I went through it, and it is essentially, this has a push button start. You push the button without your start button without touching the brake. To get it into accessory mode, you push it again without touching the brake to get the engine into run mode. You then take your foot and you press the brake pedal down all the way once, relieve, twice, relieve, move over to the gas pedal, once, relieve, twice, relieve, throttle, diesel pedal, whatever. You know what I mean. and then you turn the truck back off again, so the start button without your foot on the brake, and then you should be able to fire it up again and your perform message screen will be gone. This did not happen on this particular truck. In fact, I had to do that procedure about 15 times before I finally got it right. What the secret little part of it is, I don't know. It did not want to reset for nothing. It took a lot of tries. Why? I don't know. Maybe I was doing it slightly wrong. I don't know. But I did it essentially the same way the 15th time, and I didn't count, but it was at least 10. Guaranteed at least 10 tries. Whatever I did the final time that made it work, I don't know what I did different because I just kept doing it over and over. But it finally worked, cleared, good to go. So there are a ton of videos on the channel, guys. Tons of trucks, vans, cars, everything in between. Keep watching, stay subscribed, go back through the old videos, look for stuff that I might have that you might be interested in. Channel keeps evolving, I keep moving, you guys keep watching, and we're happy. Parts link down below. I make a slight commission on them when you click on them and then buy something within certain parameters I'm not going to go over. Also a couple donation links if you'd like to donate to the channel and help me make more of these videos to help you guys out. Remember, I'm not a mechanic. I am not anything official, just a guy that plays around in his garage. So follow me at your own risk. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Adios.